What's a sign of depression that's so obvious once you hear it, but people unknowingly ignore it all the time? I found out mine in the first 5 minutes of therapy, and I'll never forget it. I was sitting across from this new therapist. First appointment. And of course she hit me with the classic dreaded opener. So, what brings you here? And even though I'd rehearsed something, anything, it all just fell apart. I gave her this awkward, tangled mess of half-formed thoughts. I was trying to explain how I was feeling, sort of, but every sentence felt like I was holding a balloon that floated away mid-thought. One idea led to another, and I kept chasing the next word without finishing the last. I could barely look at her. My embarrassment was a full-body experience. I ended up staring at my knees, talking to the floor, mumbling through a fog of shame. And then, finally stopped, paused for air, trying to reset. And that's when she looked at me and said, casually, almost gently, "You sit in the shower." And I just froze. It was like someone slammed on the brakes in my brain. My head snapped up. I stared at her like she had grown horns. 'Cause she was right. But I had never said that out loud. I hadn't even really thought about it. And she knew. She knew. She had picked it out from all my fumbling and confusion like it was neon lit. I don't even remember how long I sat there in silence, just blinking, like my soul had just been exposed. I finally whispered, "Yeah." And she nodded, this little smug smile like she'd just solved a puzzle. Then the smile faded and she got serious again. It hit me hard because up until that moment I never questioned it. I always told myself, I just love long showers. I've always loved the feeling of hot water, the sound, the way it drowns everything else out. That part was true. But what had changed, what I hadn't noticed, was how I'd started showering. I wasn't standing anymore. I'd started sitting. First it was just for a minute, maybe two. Then it became the whole shower. I'd sit on the floor, knees pulled up, letting the water pound on my head. Not because I was relaxing, but because standing up felt like too much effort. Too much weight. The heat wasn't soothing anymore, it was numbing. The noise wasn't calming, it was distracting. Let me disappear. And that tiny shift from standing to sitting was something my mind completely buried. I never labeled it. Never thought to bring it up. But she saw it. In the way I spoke. In the way I didn't finish my sentences. In the way I looked at the floor and couldn't bring myself to say the thing I was really feeling. And that moment, that one sentence, made me feel more seen than I had ever felt in therapy before. Because it wasn't about sitting in the shower. It was about what that meant. The little behaviors. Quiet signs. The shifts we don't even realize are signals. So yeah, if you want to know a subtle, often missed sign of depression, ask someone if they sit in the shower. Ask yourself. Because sometimes the signs aren't loud. They're soaked in silence, surrounded by steam, happening where no one's watching. Not even you.